searching the dark side of the mountain. Through my bones and hair and blood, words rise and cold snatched from my mouth to sink them into the cold black mud.
I'm looking at the sheriff, just like, ass.
All right, so I'll be, and she takes out some paper. You didn't even know she could write. So, what happened this morning?
I mean, I came into town, was ready to start my job. I noticed you were having your morning nap.
Well, yeah, it's cold out here.
Yeah, it's freezing, you know. But while you were napping, I was doing my job.
Great.
Some people came into town. Zeb, some girl, some new girl with Zeb. Theodora.
You know, you got a last name? I don't know any Theodoras.
Woods, right? It was Woods.
Woodens.
Wooden.
Oh, the Woodens family. Oh, and her eyes perk up, and you get the recognition that she's actually going to have to pay attention to this now.
Oh, did that pique your interest
when
the right names are said?
Well, I just want to make sure that I get this right. So, okay, Theodora. What did you say it was? Thea Woodens. Okay, so go on, tell me the story, and you can tell me.
We saw a bird drop dead out of the sky.
I don't know why a bird would drop out of the sky. Why that would even matter.
I don't know either. I don't know either. But Ashley was there.
Nope.
Gus was there. Gus.
Nobody was shooting a shotgun or nothing because there's a ton of dead birds out there. Like somebody was in a shooting gallery. The shooting gallery was one hall wide.
No, sheriff. Nobody fired a firearm.
That's true. That has to be true. I would have heard a firearm. That would have woke me up.
I mean, there were people screaming, which I was surprised you didn't hear that.
Well, I did. That's when I came out, when I heard people screaming.
No, Sheriff, I got to let you know. They were screaming. We had to run them off because a bunch of kids, and I still looked over and you were nicely tucked. Don't worry. That's just between you and I, though.
Yep.
My word, I won't say anything to anyone else.
She takes down all the notes. Is there anything you want to add about the... What happened about getting the girl? Like, I heard she was like floating in the air like a balloon or something.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but she was definitely up there. It was very odd. Gus had a rope, and then somebody brought a ladder, and the combination pulled her out of the sky. She's at the church.
I'll head
poor
over
little
there.
Girl has looked like she might have some frostbite, so she's being treated. And she's also a Wooden. She's Thea's sister, apparently. So perhaps give her some time to recover before you go in there and press too hard.
I'll go over to the church in a bit. And how are you doing? I mean, you were right there. Is everything?
I'm right as rain.
All right. Well, it's nice talking to you, Albie. I look forward to our next conversation. Maybe in 6 months, maybe in a year, maybe in church if we both go to church one day.
Maybe.
All right. And she walks past you. Oh, and thank you.
And you're welcome. And then after she walks away, I do check to see if those other two showed up to work at all before I head back.
And they did eventually.
All right.
So you know that they are cleared.
And I'll wait for the priest or the preacher.
Yeah, the pastor. She comes out, and there's a kind of an elderly man that she has with her. Someone you don't recognize.
I don't recognize him?
Nope.
Interesting. How you doing? How's that?
I'm good. Trying to warm yourself, I see.
Always. Gotta stay warm.
And the pastor goes, and you got to stay fed too, because warm but unfed still puts you in the same place.
I'm fed. My sister made me some breakfast this morning. And
she takes your arm, says, "Are you going to escort me back to the church? I would like to make sure that, that we get back there."
Of course, let's go.
And the three of you are walking back at the church. You see that the girl stays unconscious. There's some warmth coming into her body. Mm-hmm. They bring over grits, and you have time to kind of just either converse or look at each other or whatever is natural for a thing like this.
Can I talk to Gabe?
Sure.
I'll walk up to Gabe and be like,
Gus.
Yeah. Now you gotta be blind as a whistle pig in broad daylight to see that you don't got a chip on your shoulder. I remember seeing you now, Albie, as youngins used to be playing with each other, but now I see that something's up. Tell me, what's the story here?
I left and everyone died.
Talk about the war, right?
You know another thing I could be talking about with that?
No, I was just humoring you.
But, no. He has a right to be angry at me. I'm angry at me about it. Never know. If I hadn't left, might not have happened that way. But what happened, happened. I say as I take a spoonful of grits.
Well, hopefully Albie will be able to get through his thick skull that you're not the one that pulled the trigger.
I accepted the order to move on further south. Maybe that was pulling the trigger. I accepted a commission. Maybe that was pulling the trigger. You never know, Gus. Anyways, we got some more important things to worry about. Zebediah.
Yes.
I would like to try something. I believe I need assistance of a man of more potent faith than I. Would you be willing to?
Okay.
Would you be willing to lend your assistance in this matter?
I mean, yes, nicely. Maybe I can definitely try.
I appreciate it if you did. As I kind of make my way over towards Alexandra, I understand you're a man of faith. Maybe that's a little bit of what we need to assist to make sure that this poor girl's whole, healthy, and whole. So, what I would recommend we do for this, without raising too much of a fuss or a ruckus, is just to make sure that she ain't got no carrier-ons, as it were. If you follow my meaning.
I think I do. I mean, I could definitely say a prayer for her if that's what you want me to.
I would appreciate that. And while that's happening, I'm going to cash in the 2 intellect points I spent way earlier on the persuade, as kind of like a backing of the prayer to see if I can, kind of using Zebediah as the mouthpiece, persuade the thing to leave. Whatever it was that Albie saw.
So you're going to use your ability on Zebediah without his understanding of it,
right?
To try and
if that works for this, because kind of easing the ability for the effect of the prayer.
I'll do that. There is a question of whether Zebediah recognizes what is happening there.
I mean, well, I probably would. I mean, just because I know, let me see something. But
I'm not trying to be overly cryptic with them either. I've asked. That's why I asked him from the beginning if you understand what's going on with it.
I know Gabriel, so I know he's like how he can not manipulate, but he knows that I talk to people. He knows that get people to do things, and I hear it. I understand what's happening, but I consider him a friend, so I'm like, he means well, and so I'm gonna listen to him and be like, you know what, I trust him. He protects the town, so I know what's going on, and kind of irks me a little, but he's a friend. So I'm gonna go up to her. I'm gonna have her hold a cross in one hand and kind of lay a hand on her forehead gently, as I kind of just say the Lord's Prayer to her, just a basic prayer.
And as when you put your hand on her, you think you hear her whisper. Her mouth don't move.
I'm sorry, honey. You got to speak up a little bit. I'm sorry. What was that?
And there's like a whispering that you're hearing, but you can tell there's no movement of her mouth and there's no movement of her throat. She is unconscious, and you have heard things before. Like it is not unusual for you to hear voices in the wind or whatever in different places. In this place, it is different though. It's almost like you're being spoken to through a storm and someone's at a distance, and there's a understanding that there are words, but not an understanding of what they are. And then they go quiet again.
And I look at Gabriel to see if he heard anything. I don't say anything. I just look to see if he noticed, if he heard anything, if he's looking like he's listening for something.
Just watching you.
Nope. So. When he did though, stop for a moment, like he was listening intently, but there was nothing to hear except the chatter of people out there eating the grits and scraping of the bowls, crackling the fire.
Could I, and hearing that, could I push it further? Could I once for the folks that are watching, once for every 10-hour recovery roll, I can do a ask for a player intrusion with my insight. The voices have main things to tell you, some of them are beneficial. Can I use that to kind of coax it to her to see it, to hear what they're saying? Let to kind of.
Well, you don't have an XP to spend on a player intrusion yet.
Oh. Well, I don't need one though without spending it. That's what insight does. I don't have to use one.
Oh, you are right.
Yeah, insight. So the voices, so I don't need to.
You may do a player intrusion. So I'll give you a roll for this. You are rolling against a 3, so you need a 10 or better.
It's eased because we're going, I think, for it still. If that's still working for this.
You're right. It is eased. You need a 7 or better, not a.
And I don't. That's a 4. So either way, that's a big no.
So you do.
Lord, I hear me right now.
I'm going to say you do catch a few words, because I'm not going to let you waste a good player intrusion, get nothing out of it. In there, you hear Outmean and Cyprian and Nicholas or Nico.
Okay. Those 2 words, Outmean. I'm sorry. What were those 2 words again? I'm sorry.
Cyprian and Nico.
Do I know what those are? So Nico probably sounds like a name. Do you know what the other words mean? Would I know? Have I heard them before by any chance or no?
You have not heard those words before.
So I'll take my hands off of her and I'll look at Gabriel. I think. I mean, yeah.
All things considered.
Maybe that exactly, all things considered. I think that person who may be a carry-on or something, spirit, what have you. I got 3 things from them. Outmean, Cyprian, and Nico.
Gabriel, you recognize those as names of families, but not the ones that live in town. The ones that live kind of outside of the town, not so close.
As in predating the town?
No, not predating, just not
Or
townsfolk.
affluential.
More like
Yeah.
folk live outside, out in the woods.
Yeah, those are mountain folk families.
Oh, wow. How on earth? Oh, well, I mean,
Not here in
Okay.
Guilty Hole.
No, well,
Hmm.
I think that maybe this is one we might want to bring to Gus. Gus,
Yes, some.
you know anything happened to the Nikos recently?
Would I know anything about the Nikos?
Yeah, you know that the Nikos, they have a boy who he has disappeared, and he was gone for a couple days and then just came back, and nobody knew where he went, and he was just there and fine. That happened a couple days ago.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Missing kid, but
Yeah.
boys being boys.
I mean, I spent my couple days
Yeah.
away from the family house when I was young. That said, and I asked for about the other families also. Was there similar kind of things for the other families too through that?
You know the names, but you don't really know any. Like, they don't come into town much. You don't hear anything about them, but you've met them once or twice when they come in for something from the general store or something. Once or twice a year, maybe.
Why don't we also ask maybe her sister? We can also ask. They had maybe Ashley. Maybe they might know something too. I mean, I think since we're all kind of involved.
Wouldn't hurt at this point.
So yeah, I'll go grab them and kind of bring them in. Hey, Ashley. Hey, do you mind? And I quickly fill them in on the names as I bring it back to where we are.
You know Alkmene. That's a family that you have met on the tracks once or twice. They live way down the tracks, maybe 2-3 miles out from the town, and they sometimes go hunting on the tracks, and they have a couple teenage kids that one of them, a girl, she kind of did what the other one, the Nico family, had kind of recently wandered off for a couple days and then came back. Not an unusual thing for a kid to do, teenager especially.
Oh, I recognize Alpine. They cross the tracks from time to time, make sure you stay safe, and I guess had a similar tale of their little girl disappearing and coming back.
Mm-hmm. Right, and then Thea, did you know anything as well? And that's.
Do I?
You don't know the names of the other ones. You don't know any of those names.
No, they're not ringing any bells for me. Sorry.
Okay. No, don't be sorry about if you don't
you
know.
ain't done nothing wrong. You ain't done nothing wrong. You good?
Well, so essentially missing. So younger people have gone missing. I mean, so maybe, is there someone missing? I'm sorry, maybe I forget. Is someone missing right now by any chance by one of these families? So maybe someone run off or something, or no?
I mean, it's a possibility.
If any of us know, if we could be able to know, or Gus, if anyone knows right now.
I mean, it sounds like they've gone missing, but not for long.
They come back.
Well, maybe the spirit, maybe something, maybe one of them still missed. And it's weird that the spirit would say those 3 names and people keep leaving or disappearing.
I wouldn't say that he said those 3 names. Those are the 3 names you were able to decipher from the whispers. It sounded like there was space between them. There may have been other names too. Who knows?
Okay. But still those the 3 names that I was able to hear all involving someone missing. So that might be jumping to conclusions, but it's like, well, that's all we got to go off of. So
I don't know if it's jumping to conclusions so much as it is being open to ideas of things that might happen.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we need to go talk to these families. There's families out there in the woods.
More importantly, how's your sister doing?
You awake?
Unconscious.
Pastor said she'd pull through.
That's good.
Did she feel hot when I touched her head? Was she still like kind of really burning up?
She was getting warmed from the fire.
Okay.
Not burning up, just warmed.
Well, when your kin comes through, maybe you can ask her a few questions.
And the door opens, and the pastor comes in with some old man. And Albie, are you still with him? And Albie?
Yeah, of course.
Albie, why don't you go sit down and have some breakfast while you're here now?
Go back there and check on my friends first.
And you get over there, and Gabriel's standing, above the table in a kind of a stoic stance, kind of keep an eye on both the girl and the table. You recognize that look, that stature. And the girl is warming up, and Thea had just finished eating and was sitting next to her in that area. And Zebediah is sort of over her and like maybe checking her forehead or something like that. Ashley is there, and they're all talking about something.
I have another ability, Scott, and it might be helpful in this situation, at least to get an idea if there's still something going on with the girl. I have Mystic Sense as one of my abilities. You can sense whether there's something mystical or magical going on in a situation where its presence is not obvious. So you must study the object or location closely. So like studying where she is, like her, if there's something around her, energy or anything like that.
Yeah. And
so
I'll give you a roll with that with your...
Yeah.
So this would be against your intellect.
Okay.
So you are rolling against a 3, so you need a 10 or higher.
I got a 12, so.
You do not feel a whole lot going on there, but it's hard to know sometimes without spending, a little time kind of with.
Dogs be hollering.
Who let the coon dogs in the church?
Right. Darn.
Now,
Get out!
Gus, put down the rifle. Put down the rifle, Gus. They're fine.
Right.
Put down the rifle. Come on.
Yet again, Gabriel just slamming the rifle barrel. Like, stop that!
Hey, get it!
After we get rid of the dogs, I'll pull up a chair and just kind of sit there near her and just kind of watch and study for a little while. See if anything changes for my sense.
I assume you're sitting next to me. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be feeling a little better now. You left in kind of a little bit of.
Listen, man, I have a job.
Oh,
to do.
fine. I got you. Okay.
I have a job to do. By the way, Gus, just to let you know, those other workers did show up. Both of them did. So.
That's good. At least they're doing honest work.
Yeah. So. Anyways, but yeah, I had to make sure that they were there because otherwise I lose my job. So at the end of the day, you got to make money. I got my sister to take care of, and I got Sam's mother to take care of. So.
Oh, hopefully she's doing well too. Hopefully your sister's doing fine.
They're doing all right.
Of course. I mean, they got you taking care of them, so I know they're doing okay.
Well, I don't know if I'm helping or making it worse, but I'm doing my best.
Well, I mean, take this like your friend. Take this, that's what it is. I mean, maybe a little line up on the drink. It might help a little bit. I mean, you're good just as you are. You don't need no drink to warm you up, as you keep saying. Warm enough as it is. But like I said, it's coming from a place of friendship. That's all, okay? Don't take it any other way now, but...
I appreciate it. I know you mean well, like everybody else, but there's some things only some of us understand. I look over at at my friend, Mr. Stoic over there.
Yeah, I look over and there's just this barest crack of it's a smile of commiseration.
Mm-hmm.
And the pastor comes over, How's our patient doing there, Thea?
There hasn't been any changes.
Nothing yet. It'll happen. She'll come through. You know, the cold can really take you down hard. You know, you gotta give it some time. Are you okay?
Thea's just holding on Lexi's hand and
okay.
Hasn't really left her the entire time.
Okay.
Has like oh yeah, she's terrible at lying. Oh yeah, she has allowed Albie to do whatever this is, but is not entirely enthused about whatever he's doing.
I'm just looking. That's all Albie's doing. He's just sitting there studying. He's not doing anything weird.
Yeah.
Well, she still thinks it's weird that you're studying. Like, what? How old is Lexi? Like 11?
It's not like this. I'm not doing this. I'm just kind of observing the room, looking at her, making sure she's okay, just sitting there, being there. Mm-hmm. Not doing anything odd. I just have to be present there for a while to see if I sense anything.
And you feel a warm presence after a bit of time standing there, Albie. And you know that feeling is not the feeling of the warmth of the body, that is a feeling you get when you sense things.
I look over at Thea and I'm like, did you eat yet?
Shoveled something down. And like the bowl of grits is like empty. She just like has mechanically put it into her body.
Yeah, they brought it over.
Mm-hmm.
And I look over at Zeb and Gabe and the others, the ones that kind of know that there's some weird stuff and know that what I'm capable of, and I kind of like nod to like step away for a second.
If you could,
are you nodding at us like to go with you? I'm sorry. What's this?
I'm like nodding for you guys to come, but I tell Thea like,
yeah.
You want some more, Thea? I bring you some more grits.
Well, if there's more, then sure.
And I'll go, and I kind of nod for you guys to follow.
And yeah, go on. I'll leave.
Yeah.
Follow behind. Yeah.
Yep.
I know Thea doesn't really know what some of us our understanding of things, but I've been sitting in there for a minute just to get a feel, and that thing's still there.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I think it seems pretty smart. I mean, I know she might not, but that's her sister, so I feel like she should be.
I'm not saying she's not smart, but she don't trust me, and I understand that she don't know me from nothing. You guys have been here. If you guys want to, I just want to let you guys know that I am sensing something.
You know how it is for people who don't not understand or believe in things that are
not normal.
Not normal.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean,
things that science don't quite understand.
So that booger is still in, or should we? And I like bring out the rope and like, should we tie her down so she don't?
I pour force his hand back down again.
Gus, my defensive instincts would agree with you. We are in a church, and that is a child, and I don't think the others are going to take too kindly to us deciding to wrap that child who's been through some terrible things in a rope.
Thea, can you make me a roll, please?
What kind of just a straight roll?
You are rolling against a 4, so you need to roll above a you need a 13 or higher, so above a 12.
Nope.
All right. Okay, go on, the rest of y'all.
It's okay. They've been rolling
did they like go to another room?
Yeah, that's some getting
well, there isn't another room except the kitchen. You know.
Well, that's where the grits are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that is where the grits are. Yeah.
That's where the grits are.
I'm just gonna like get closer to the kitchen door.
Okay. You hear them. You hear them then talking about you, as a matter of fact, and you kind of you overhear what they're saying. That they're worried about you and whether you would understand what they understand, and which makes no sense, of course. But like, what does that mean, even?
And like she's listening to them, and then she goes, "There are a a bunch of wackos.
And when you look
Everyone in here's nuts.
And when you look back, you see that your sister is like an inch above the ground, kind of floating above the ground.
I like go back over and I start like she's floating above the table, right?
Yeah, and her eyes, you can like they're closed, but you can kind of see the eyeballs under them are moving. You know.
I'm gonna like put my hand like under her body.
And she is not touching the floor.
She's not touching the floor.
But she's not very high.
I like open the eyeball.
And they are rolled back in her head. All you see is the white. You're not ready for me. You're not ready for me, Thea. And everyone hears this weird voice yell out at Thea.
Booking it back into the
rushing out.
But I'm coming for you. I'm going to get you next. If I can get you, I'm so going to get you, Thea. You have been abandoned by your family, and that means you need a new one. And I would be happy to oblige.
So this voice is coming out of my sister's body that's not hers.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
You are not welcome in the Lord's house.
And there is no response to that.
Right.
I think we're going to need a bath of holy water here.
And the pastor comes rushing in.
Or a good shot.
No!
I force his hand back down again.
I just like
Gus, hell almighty.
I put my body over Legacy and I'm like,
Yes, you gotta remember. Yes, if you shoot them, you're gonna kill
And
her
she starts
sister though. So
floating up
let's.
from the ground. Like that 1 inch becomes 2 or 3 inches.
I walk over and immediately put hands on her shoulders, nod to Thea, and just like try and force her back
And
down.
you can feel there's like pressure pushing back against you. But you're able to hold. You can hold
I
it.
just like climb over her and just try to weigh her with my body.
All right. And when you put your whole weight, you can feel it kind of come back to the ground.
Zebediah, some help, please, sir.
Perhaps the rope might be a good idea for the time.
Yeah, tie her down to a table.
Look, if you're trying to get rid of vermin, you go for the nest first. I'm just saying.
Who's to say this is the nest?
Away from you. I will take that rifle away from you. I swear.
All
to God Almighty.
all right. I get the rope and I'm gonna tie her down.
I guess we like move her to a table and then tie her to the table. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these are pretty heavy tables. They're not like the tables we use nowadays. These
Yeah,
are made of real weight stuff.
Solid oak.
Zebediah, Albie,
that big limited
assistance would be great.
Yeah.
And the old man that had come in with the pastor comes rushing over. Oh my gosh! What we got a possession here? We got a possession.
Thank
Thea is just like.
You don't figure that out all on your lonesome. How impressive.
Okay, let's. I mean, so all of us say no. Every church is different. You probably have your ways to handle this. So you guys knew what you're doing, but let's did whatever it is, did it say what it wanted? Did it? I know we heard it yell, but we kind of ran it afterwards. So I'm gonna say like what she heard from the spirit.
Yeah, I'm new to this whole spirit stuff. Do we need holy water? Do we need a baptism? How do we get rid of this booger?
We need prayer. We need it all. All together. We gotta bring the Lord's house down on this spirit and save this girl.
Well, we can definitely
I'll help with the ropes.
And she starts singing like a prayer, almost like a song. And Zebediah, you've heard these prayers. These are biblical, of course, but they're done to bring the power of the Lord to what is needed.
Is there a Bible?
There are Bibles all over the place in here.
Yeah, well, I can actually read, so Thea just grabs it and just opens up a page and is like, should I just read to it? And then she just says, James 1:5, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, it shall be given to him. And I just look intently at it like...
Do any of you have... this is more about using magic? Do you have? Is anyone?
I am trained in understanding magic. I can understand.
I can use magic, craft magic, understand magic, and I have hedge magic and mystic sense.
All right. And
I'm also trained in using magic.
okay, so 2. What about you, Gabriel?
I'm not. I only have the sight.
Okay, and
I can recognize it, but that's about it.
right,
I understand it.
So you can understand it. Zebediah can understand it. Angus, do you have any magic or no magic?
I've got a rifle and I got my fist.
That's what I thought.
That's the real magic. That is the real magic right there.
Henry
Nothing
called
more
me
real
all
than a
man evil.
rifle.
Ashley, what about you?
Nope. I'm just focused on my work and get things doing physically. This is beyond my head.
All right, so Thea and Albie's inner power is being used to force this. Gabriel and Zebediah, you understand what's happening and you know how you could support them. Just repeat what they're doing, give them the chance or the ability to have the power of your spirit behind them.
Natalie, Gus, repeat after us. No, I'm sorry, Ash, Gus. Ash, that's what I meant. My apologies. Ashley, Gus, repeat after us.
And the old man and the pastor, you can tell what they're doing. They are bringing their spiritual power to this too, and the sayings start happening. And Thea, your sister, starts shaking, like physically, violently shaking hard, like her bones are rattling inside her flesh.
She just is mouth agape, absolutely shocked. We keep reading at this thing, and I like to turn a page.
Just repeat after everyone else.
Yeah.
All right.
And
you can do it.
Well, and speak.
And you continue. And Zebediah, this takes on an air of something you have experienced in the past. When you were in your father's houses, when there were groups of people just bringing their voice and their power, this feels like that, like a real potent preacher moment.
Dang. So that brings me this, despite the situation, just bring like a small smile.
Although without the snakes in this particular case.
Face, remembering that. Okay, good. I was gonna say there's snakes out of here. And with that, so that's gonna bring a smile to my face, and I'm going to use as I'm training along, I'm going to do encouragement, one intellect point, and so while I maintain this ability, while I'm doing ongoing inspiration or oration, which I'm doing right now, helping this, your allies within short range, ease one of the following tasks types. So whatever type we're doing. So I guess this would be whatever type this is, which I guess would be not intelligence. Either way, I'm encouraging us to keep doing what we're doing. So I'm encouraging us for
those with
helping our
understanding
sister,
magic. I'm
essentially.
going to let you give an easing of the rolls rolled by those that are using magic. So Gabriel and Zebediah get to ease the rolls. Each one of you get your roll eased by 1. I need you to now make me a using magic roll, and you are rolling against a 6, which means a 19 or 20 minus the roll. So instead of it being an 18, it becomes a 15. So it is now a 16 or higher.
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Could you roll for the pastor, and Gus, could you roll for the old man that is brought in also?
Yep.
16 or higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Thea, we didn't do it.
Yes.
Wait.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, he got with the pastor.
Oh my gosh. This is the first time I'm rolling this dice, but nat 20.
Nat 20.
Hey,
man.
It's the old man beard, dude.
And your sister stops shaking and falls the few inches from where she is to the floor, and the old man runs out of the building. And it feels like your sister is warm.
Chacher. Maxie?
And her eyes open. Where am I at? Thea,
You're
what you doing
Presbyterian
here?
church. I live here. We're at the Presbyterian church. What do you remember?
What? Why are we here?
I was floating in the sky.
Darling, what's the last thing you remember?
Me and some of my friends were out in the woods playing with a stick we found and things like that.
I look up right at Albie. You remember where you were playing with that stick?
Yeah, yeah, I know where it is.
What friends?
What?
What friends? Who were you with?
Well,
This is
all
important.
my friends. We were all
Give
playing.
me the names, sweetie. What? You ain't in trouble. But what were their names?
We want to check on them as well. Make sure
Right.
they're okay.
And she looks around, and even though she's coming to, she seems worried.
You're not in trouble. You ain't
I
going
don't
in
want
trouble
to get
for
my
this.
friends in trouble.
They ain't gonna be in trouble either. No one's in trouble. We just want to make sure everyone's okay.
If you were going to be in trouble, we'd have the sheriff right here questioning you. You're not in trouble. We want to make sure you're okay.
That's all.
I just give her a reassuring nod.
Well,
All right,
We just wanna help.
You, Talis.
Well, there was Adam Nico. He's a friend. Oh, we dropped someone. His sister was nervous about talking. At the same time, Ashley and Albie, right? That's who went running.
Gus.
No,
Gus.
Ashley and Gus went running. Well, Ashley went running. Gus went following. At a really old man's kind of running pace, following the old man that left.
Yeah, but you can keep that pace all day, though.
I am trained and running.
He has old man
I'm
strength.
trained at old man pace. For how long I've lived.
You're an expert.
Right. Expertise.
Back in the room, she's looking at y'all and I don't want to get my friends in trouble, and
No one's in trouble.
they'll be when I
Ain't no one's gonna be in trouble. I promise you.
I don't want to get no one in trouble. Thea,
Could-
I'm
could
so
I-
sorry. I'm sorry, Thea. I miss you.
Lex,
I wish you were
Lex.
home again.
Lex,
And she hugs on you.
Yeah, I hug her too.
listen.
I was with Adam and Janice and Sandy.
Could we get
full
you
name?
know their last name, right? Do you know the last name is also Sweetie?
I pull
It's
out
all
my
right.
own little notebook because I have a
Right.
little notebook to keep track of stuff.
Adam Nico and Janice Cyprian, Sandy Alkmean,
I look over at
What was the last one?
Zebediah.
Sarah Lynn Arliss, of course, always there. Marcus Wesley. He's an asshole.
That's okay. We all grew up with assholes. It's
We
fine.
we all have that.
What was the one you said after Janice? I didn't catch the first name.
Sarah Lynn.
Sarah
Oh, Cindy.
Sandy Alkmean.
Oh, Sandy. Yeah.
Sandy. I thought it was Cindy. I thought Sandy. Okay.
Yeah,
I look at
Sarah
Gabriel and I
Lynn
nod back
Arliss,
because that look of recognition. I look at you and
Yeah.
kind of give that
Marcus
recognition.
Wesley.
Now,
Marcus Wesley.
Marcus
Amelia
Wesley, fine.
Sin.
Was it Amelia?
Amelia Sin.
Yeah, Amelia Sin.
That's SYNN, not like what
Not like the
devil
bad
makes you
thing.
do.
I
Not
know.
like
Yeah.
Not saying, yeah.
Charlotte Sedora, and who else was there?
I'm half expecting a crow to pop
Harvey Evans. That was the last one. That was the only one.
Harvey what?
Evans.
Evans. All right.
Yeah.
up. All right. Now, this is real important. Once you get yourself warmed up, once you get yourself better, would you be willing to show Mr. Albie and myself where y'all was playing with that stick? You ain't in trouble. No one's gonna be in trouble. Albie and I need to go do a walk around anyways and see if we can't talk to make sure all your friends are okay.
I
But
don't
once
want
you're
to
okay-
go back there. I don't want to go back there.
Okay, you don't have to. You don't have to. Not trying to make you. Not trying to make you. We just want to make sure everyone else is okay and stays that way.
Can you at least tell us where it was? Like
whereabouts
what area?
was it?
It's over by the. And she looks around. Oh, it's over by the railroad tracks.
Okay.
Where, down where, where the old graveyard is. It's over near there.
No one's in trouble. It's okay. We'll keep
it
an eye on it.
It sounds like I'm about to be in trouble the way you're saying those things. I'm basically putting myself in a position of being in trouble.
Why would you be in
already?
trouble?
My friends are going to beat my ass when they find out I told y'all.
Well, listen, we gotta make sure your friends are okay.
They're okay. I'm the one that got it.
Lexi, do you know what day it is? What day is it?
I don't know. It's. I think it's Tuesday. Tuesday was.
It is not Tuesday.
Was a couple of days ago.
I was like, sweet thing, it ain't Tuesday. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Was I sleeping?
Well, that's a good question. But when you said you got it though, what did you mean when you said you got it?
Well, it was my turn, so I took it.
The stick?
The stick, yeah, I got to use the stick.
What did the stick look like? So when we go out there, we can look for this thing.
It's got a weird carving on it.
Weird carving.
Can you tell us what that weird carving looked like?
Here. I give her like my notepad and so she can write on it.
Okay.
And draw something for us.
All right. And she draws. And she puts a picture up. It looks kind of like that. Can you see that?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that an alien head?
I don't know. It looks like one of those sea creature things or something.
And when you touch and you get it, I'm sorry if you already explained, but what is that?
Well, no, you don't get it when you touch it. You gotta do
gotta
the thing
hold
on
the
the
stick?
paper. You don't know. You gotta do the thing on the paper. It tells
There's
you
a
how
thing
to
on a
use
plate.
it.
What paper?
I don't
what
got the
paper?
paper. I can't explain it. I don't even. Most of it I don't even understand.
You know who has the paper?
I don't know.
Hold on.
That's fine.
Yeah.
How about this? How about us? And I'm
We'll
talking
go,
about.
yeah.
We'll let Thea talk with her sister for a little bit. Thea, if you hear anything else, let us know what you find out. But
I'm sorry if I got you in trouble too, Thea.
No, nobody's in
No
trouble.
one's in trouble. No one's in
Mama's so
trouble.
worried about you. Paul won't let you come back. Of course, I don't like it at all. I think he's being really mean to you. And I don't know why.
Huh.
How you doing? Where you living?
She's just like, y'all don't even worry about me.
All right. You're doing good then? You're okay?
I'm getting by.
All right. That's good. That's good. Were you able to buy an automobile or anything yet? So you can get out of town and go become a doctor and whatnot?
Well, still got my bike. And,
okay.
thinking
I mean, I
about
love
what,
bike riding. I mean, they're great.
Yeah.
I see you got your doctor bag still. That's nice. Have you filled it with
Yeah, well,
medicines and
because
stuff?
folk need a doctor around to,
Did you put doctor stuff in there yet?
yeah, got like supplies in there, and
Oh, cool.
I open it, and I
Oh.
show her this has doctor stuff in it, so I open it and I show her
Oh man.
this stuff. There's probably a stethoscope and bandages and
Mom's gonna be so proud of you when you become a doctor and you start curing diseases or healing people or whatever it is that you can do. Oh my gosh, I hope you never have to cut anybody's legs or hands or anything off. That's what they do in war,
Yeah, me too. I hope I don't need to be doing any of that. Yeah. But
I don't feel good though. I feel really tired, like really tired.
You've been out and about for a couple days.
I don't know if I think you're wrong about the day. It cannot be Friday. I remember Friday. I remember Wednesday and Thursday and today.
Who would you believe if they? Who do I need to get in here to get you to believe that's Friday?
Well,
You think the pastor's lying about that?
And the pastor comes by. It is Friday. Your sister's right. You listen to your big sister. She's your big sister. She looks at you. I know. Thank you, Pastor. And the rest of you walked away. What were you doing? The three of you, Gabriel, Zebediah, and Albie.
I'm wondering.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, where the other two? Where did Gus and where did Ashley go? I may have missed
They
that.
ran out the door following the old man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I stepped outside. I'm not chasing after them. I'm stepping outside to see if they're right in front of us anywhere.
Oh no, they're way down the road.
And then I just take a hard hit.
I'd be like, okay. Well,
I'll get back to you then. Let me get to Ashley and Angus.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Angus and Gus. This old man runs, and he runs as fast as his legs would make him run. And he is flailing his hands around his head like he's batting at a swarm of bees, and he's running down towards the bridge, into town. And you hear, he's kind of out there. What is your speed, Ashley?
Well, I'm trained in running.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
And I can be useful in it.
Okay. So give me a speed roll. With this man, although he is old, he is eased by the pressures on his body, ignoring things like pain and aches and human limitation by 1. So you are rolling against a 3. So you need to roll a 10 or higher.
Well, I rolled a 16.
Nice.
And you are catching up on this guy, and he's running as fast as he can. He's swatting at nothing. And as you get closer, you're hearing him say things like, "You get out of me. I am not for you, you spirit. You are a booger, needs to be gone. Be gone. The Lord is with me." And he is just continuing to run.
I'm trying to run after as well, but
what is your speed?
I'm obviously not keeping up.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do is
lift your gun.
Oh, reliable. I'm actually going to throw my shield, which is actually a miner's helmet, and I'll be like, "You best stop your fussing," and just kind of throw it at him.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
I thought for sure you'd be like, "I didn't get to shoot no kids, so I'm gonna shoot you."
I'll shoot someone, darn it!
It's a spectrum, either really young or really old.
Someone's getting clipped today.
Someone getting got.
A helmet lands somewhere behind you, Ashley, but you do not have to hold up for that. And
I am focused, ready to either tackle him or knock him right out with a full-on fist to the jaw.
All right, so you get to the point where you're near the bridge, and he is still running, but he is not paying attention to the fact that you're right there, and you can. What do you want to do about him?
Well, it seems like I gotta knock this man right over. He's acting madder than a head right now. Yeah, once I'm right on pace, full on shackle.
All right, make me a might check.
All right. All right. So I only rolled a 9.
So you make the tackle, and you jump on him, and he falls forward. And when he falls forward, you suddenly realize not only did he fall forward, you are both sliding down the hill towards the frozen over river.
Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it.
And then you slide right out onto the river, right in the middle. And you hear this.
Uh-oh.
Sir, don't move. Stay on your back.
Yeah, you and stay still. And I'm just gonna grab my rope, and I'm going to just kind of try to throw it towards him, so then I can kind of slowly like drag them as they're trying to like splay out their weight.
All right. So you slide it out. Ashley, you feel that, or you see that rope kind of slide out. It's not all the way to you, though. You're going to have to move very carefully to get to it.
Yep. And I very slowly shimmy, just saying very calmly as I can to the other fella, don't move unless you can reach for the rope, but keep it slow.
And his eyes roll back in his head, and he stands up. And the river the ice right next to you gives way to his weight, and he slides under, and the cracks start moving right towards you. Can I get a speed roll from you, please?
Yep.
Run, Ashley, run.
18.
Hey.
And you belly crawl the fastest you have ever belly crawled in your life. And you catch the end of that rope just as the ice breaks, and you slide into that cold water running under this ice. And it is eye-opening. You're very awake at this point. Gus, how strong are you? Can I get a might roll from you?
Old man strength, come on.
Old man strength.
Old man strength for the win, perhaps. 2. No, that would be if Blake was rolling. Blake has been rolling. His rolls from the last campaign came right back to this one.
That went all over the place. This is not good. It's a 6.
A 6. All right. So you are pulling, and you start to slide towards the river too. You're not in the river, but you're sliding down the hill, kind of tumbling down it a little bit. Ashley, the ice is broken. The rope is there, but it is now no longer taut. But you got the end of it.
Yep. Guess you gotta find your footing.
Blah, 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 blah,
All right.
blah,
I'm
blah.
just gonna, at the edge of the river, just try to pull as much as I can.
All right, and all right. Can I get a speed check from you, Gus? Probably your best stat, I'd imagine.
For an old man? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oof. Wow. Oh my gosh. This is unbelievable. I rolled a different dice, but rolled the same thing. I rolled another 6.
All right, you are still sliding down the hill. Ashley, you are treading water.
I'm trying to
You're also
swim.
starting to move down the river a little bit, just a touch, because you're treading and fighting off what is ostensibly a fairly fast river on a fast bend. And you see Gus, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to save him instead of him saving me. And can I get a speed check from you and see if you can find the speed of the water?
That's for Ashley?
Yes, Ashley.
Okay. 11.
All right, you are not moving further down the river at the moment. But you do see Gus hit the edge. Can I get a might check from you, Gus?
Is there anything around me that I can like kind of anchor myself to help try to
there are bits of
pull?
rock here and there are some roots and sticks that are sticking out on the side of the hill. You can attempt for one of them.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to just like kind of
Sure.
grab deep on some of like tree roots as I'm like
All right,
holding on.
I'll give you an easing of 1. That helps some.
Come on, Gus.
Come on. Wait. That was okay. Much better. That's a 14.
And your feet plant, your hands grab the roots, and suddenly there's tautness in the rope holding you out in the river. Ashley, you have slid a little further down, but you can now make a might check against the water to pull yourself back up on some ice that's still frozen and work your way to the shoreline. And you are eased by 1 by having that rope in a good position.
Okay, I rolled a 14.
You find a bit of a handhold on a bit of ice, pull yourself up, and slides, very gently over to the shoreline, and you find yourself outside the water, and there's a big hole in the middle, and there was no one there.
Thanks, sis. Last thing I saw was that there man's eyes rolled back and float for half a second before his weight just went all up down on that ice.
Yeah, when Ashley says that, I look towards the river and like see where that old man like fell.
Went in and is now under the ice, moving down the river somewhere.
Hopefully that's the last of them. Look, like I wasn't able to float out of that.
Well, the body may not, but who knows about the spirit?
Back up.
I need to get freaking dry.
Yeah, you are freezing cold. Both
Yeah,
you are freezing cold.
I take off my jacket and I put it over
him.
Over Ashley, yeah.
And you both climb up the side of that hill that heads down to the river. It is very hard to climb and cold, but you go carefully enough that you don't have to make rolls. It's not easy. Back at the church, the 3 of you are outside. Thea's inside talking with her sister.
Well, at least we're able to hopefully Gus and Ash are okay. I mean, it's been a little bit, right? It's been like some time, I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a minute, or it's been a little while. So
well, I'm sure between the two of them they'll be alright. Well, something we need to worry about though, a little more pressing, is we have young folk playing with things they ought not be playing with. From the sound of it.
yeah, I remember being young and a little younger and getting things that over a little. Yeah, you can say that. I mean,
Albie and I all know all about Young and Dumb.
I'll do you now.
Oh,
well,
but we was also smart enough to know about the things you ought not play with, though.
Well, we have family to teach us. So.
Evidently, these new youngins ain't got that same kind of training in them.
Yeah, and that. Yeah, what was that, Albie? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying my mama and your auntie. So.
Yeah, right. And I think between us, we might need to go make sure that whatever it is that, done this doesn't do it no more.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I keep going talking over. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's all good.
It's all good. Nah, but
yeah. Well, I think we need to find that stick. We definitely need to, because there's something.
We need to find that paper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh,
that's what we need to find, because Don't get me wrong. I guarantee you that stick's important. But if it's a sigil card on a stick, if you have that paper that tells you how to do it and how to activate it, it's like Lexa said in there. It's just a stick unless you do the things on the paper.
Hopefully Thea can get more information out of her sister.
Meanwhile, I wouldn't mind when Ashley gets back, having him help us get down the tracks to the point wherever these kids are playing at. Maybe Ashley has an idea where they might be shooting off from. From there, we can at least find the stick and make sure that, at the very least, it'll take them some time to make a new one. Whoever it is messing around with things they shouldn't be messing with.
Yeah, they said they're down there. What is it? Railroad tracks down by the old cemetery.
Down by the old cemetery, yeah. But that's some place that we never played around at. Well, except for that one time. But we don't talk about that. Was that one time? That's a little different.
And y'all are standing outside the church, and you see Ashley and Gus coming back, kind of wrapped in clothes and.
What
is
the
Ashley
hell?
wet?
High water happened to you, Ashley?
Come on, let's get him by the fire. Come on now.
Emphasis on the high water. Opens the door for the church.
Yeah,
it's that dang booger.
What
Chased that man, and once we got out on the ice, because I wanted to give him a good old tackle, in madder than a wet cat, went tumbling, landed on the ice.
Let's get you dried off. How large is Ashley?
He's like 6'5", 6'6".
He's biggin'.
Ashley's a big.
Ashley's a big dude. Wow.
And a bit of a brute because he has to hammer
that's
on the tracks.
A big dude. Yeah.
I'm gonna. Yeah. So as we get Ashley inside, so as Ashley telling the story, I mean. And so did you tell us the whole story? I mean, you're telling us as you're coming in.
Yeah.
Oh man. I say a little prayer for the man who I believe was probably dead, and then, thank you for trying to get him. Are you okay though? I mean, seeing something like that, that's pretty.
Just chilled. Pay no mind to that. And I reach for my pocket watch and make sure it's okay, still working.
It's okay.
I'll go let the pastor know what happened.
Yeah, Ashley walks in soaking wet. Well, while they're outside, actually do want to talk to
all right.
Alexandra a little bit more.
Okay.
So, how's her things at home? How's Mama? And
they're terrible without you. It just don't feel right, and Mama is upset all the time, so we all get yelled at, and we get the switch whenever we're being bad, of course, but maybe a little more than we ought to, and maybe than we used to. But we're getting a bit older now, and she ain't switching us. She'll stop switching us soon enough, I'm sure of that. But Pa is just fit to be tied all the time. He's so angry. He said he was buying another house, like we're gonna have 2 houses or something, and said he's gonna. I don't understand what they're talking about. Old people, they're like idiots or something. They don't.
Do I know what the argument was about? Do I know it was about me?
No.
I don't know. Okay, so she has no clue. I don't know why Pa threw me out.
Maybe I'll move in with you. I don't want to go back there. They're gonna be so mad. Oh my gosh, they're gonna be so mad. I'll stay in your apartment or whatever what did you buy? An apartment or
Just takes a deep breath and it's like, Lexi, Daddy didn't give me any money. I've been living in a church.
Oh, Mama had to give it to you behind his back, I guess. Did you get, what'd you give you?
I have a suitcase and my doctor's bag and a hat.
Which of those was filled with the money?
None of them. I didn't get no money.
What? They let you go with nothing?
They threw me out in the snow, yes, and then yes.
Why would they throw you out in the snow like that? And why did he say that when that fight happened?
I don't know.
That don't seem right. Now I am going to go home and I am going to get in Pa's face, and he'll probably beat me.
No, don't quit doing that. Pa's just going to go and give you a licking. I'm not going to change his mind. Look, I'll try to get more settled here. I got some breeding skills. Maybe I can.
So wait, where are you staying then? If you ain't
She
got
just,
no
like,
money, you ain't got no
points-
apartment, or you're not in the hotel or none, or the inn.
Yeah, she just points like down the hall. It's like, sleep on the floor.
In the
there.
church?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're like poor folk.
Yeah, my poor folk. It's horrible. I hate it. My feet hurt, and they make me shovel wood, and don't do nothing right. And
Why don't they have the servants doing that stuff?
well, the church don't have no servants except the people that run it.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
I suppose that's me now. And she just has this far off look.
I'm the working class.
You're going to get muscles.
And like, is that considered bad in our family? Like,
Yes.
unpretty or?
No, I mean, I don't know. Is it? I'll let you tell me.
What's our mom like?
Soft.
No, okay, she's soft. Yeah, so our perception of beauty would be like probably defined by mom. Okay, and then she just like holds herself. She's like, oh no, the men are gonna think I'm ugly too.
I'm so sorry. And she wraps her arms around you and she hugs you so tight. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm going to start sneaking money out to you. You got to have some money. This is not right. Do you know where Mom and Pa keep some money in the house somewhere? They got to have money. I'll do it a little bit at a time so they won't even notice.
Do I know where they might hide money?
Maybe an intellect check, an intellect roll. You're the oldest. You probably could figure it out.
You got a darn good sibling.
And this
right there.
just a like? Is this just a roll? Do I just?
Yeah, you're rolling against. I'm not going to say what you're rolling against, but because this is one where I don't want you to know whether.
Okay, yeah. Well, I haven't rolled like above it. I think I've rolled. That's a 4.
A 4. All right. You don't know where they hide their money.
I don't
They
know,
may not
maybe the
even
sock
hide it. They may
drawer.
keep it all in the banks and stuff. Who knows?
Yeah.
Although you know that Ma and Pa, they not Ma so much, but Pa often has money in his billfold.
Which is like a wallet.
Yeah, it's a wallet.
I mean, the only time I've ever seen any bills is in Daddy's billfold, but
Then that is my target.
just like faithful.
You know, your sister's gonna get herself in so much
Your sister is right.
She's a real one. She's a real
Yeah,
one.
ride or die, Lexi. Like,
And she said she didn't want to get in trouble. I mean,
Right.
let's be real. Let's be real.
Emphasis on the die on this one, probably.
all right, well, let's just say, you know, if you could bring me some nice socks, that'd be good.
I'll get you.
Start small.
Yeah, let's start small and test the waters and see if they notice things. If they don't notice them, then we know we can push a little further until basically we build you a new house somewhere because this is ridiculous.
With servants.
I mean, a
Yeah,
clapboard
then I'll
house.
have my own servants.
How hard could it be to build a clapboard house? A bunch of wood, some bricks underneath. If it's not level or something, I mean, I've seen people building them.
I'm sure the foundation's a very simple task. And she's like, but
We can't build them, but maybe if we steal enough of their money, we can pay other people to build it.
that is an idea. So what are you doing in the woods with this stick thing and the paper? I mean, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, it lets us talk to the dead.
What?
Yeah, it's
The
really
dead.
weird. Like, you use the stick, and then there's a dead person in front of you that you get to ask one question. And I'm telling you, it is the most thrilling, exciting thing that has ever happened to me or to anyone else. It is real. I mean, you can only do it once. You know, you take turns once a day. It allows you to do it once a day. And, I mean, these are some of them are people we know. They're like,
Are you talking to like Grandpappy and?
yeah, like that. I mean, not me personally. That ain't who I don't remember who I talked to. But I only did it 2-3 times at this point.
Only 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd this stick come from? I mean, something like
Well,
that.
You know that alder, that really, really big alder wood over by the train tracks by the cemetery? I mean the really old one.
Yeah, the one that's got the funny branch.
Yeah, and it gives just incredible shade when it's sunny out, like everywhere. Inside that, climbed up in the tree, we found a crick in the wood, and somebody pulled out a box, and it had the stick in it, and some paper, and some candles. Really old-looking candles, but you know what's weird? They burn, and then they never lose the wax. It's weird. We've been using those candles for weeks and weeks now, and ain't nobody ever, they never melt away. They melt while you're using them, but when you put them back and you take them out, they're in the same place they were before. It is, I don't know I don't know exactly what it is, but I kind of think it's magic.
Yeah, well, my worldview is growing a lot today. I think I'd like some of those candles.
Tell you can't tell your friends. I don't want to get in trouble. And there's some boy that I met on the other side that I want to talk to again.
She's like, you met a boy? You like him?
Yeah, I think
Cute?
so. He's adorable. I mean, he's kind of a little of an idiot, but most boys are a little bit of an idiot. But you know, it's really nice to talk to someone that, you know, respects me. You know.
What's his name?
His name is. Hold on, the GM has to pull it up again. Darn it. It's Michard.
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 Does Michard have a last name?
You say it like he says it.
It's because he's probably French.
Oh my gosh. He's exotic.
I just pat her shoulder and y'all found a foreign boy.
Oh my gosh. I think I'm a sucker for a good accent.
Ain't we all?
And then you all come back into the church and you see her talking to them, and the two of them are kind of smiling and laughing a little bit. If you ever want to do that with the stick, maybe I can get them if you want to do it. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of amazing.
Yeah,
the feeling you get is like nothing you ever felt like. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's not like that. It's just like, it's like you're swapping your brain with your mind with someone else and sharing their thoughts for a moment. Oh my gosh. Ain't nothing like it, that's for sure. That's for sure.
We noticed them coming in.
Yeah. Oh, she shuts up. Mm-hmm. Oh, your friends are here. Where's the old man?
Yeah, what happened to that? I'm like, I'll go ask. I walk over to the crew. What have you? Why are you wet?
He didn't come through. That old man.
Winter's a terrible time to try to go swimming in the creek.
Why would you go and do a thing like that?
Why was your sister floating 30 feet in the air?
And your sister hugs on you, Thea. Oh no, is this my fault?
No, not your fault.
No.
Oh no. And this is where we're gonna break. Thank you everyone that hung out with us in chat through the night. We will be here next Wednesday, Tuesday, for our second episode. the closing music, don't forget to pay attention. It's really cool, and the video that goes along with it, there are little secrets in there that might hint at things going on in our own campaign. Have a good night, everybody. See you next Wednesday.
Watching.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, yous.
Burning rock, crackles smoke out of the mountain's mouth, hollowed by a cut, by a slash, by a fiery blow. Running through the valley like it's running through my veins, while red-eyed crows keep watch underneath the blood-red moon. My slunch white soul cries out to rise up against the tide of dusty songs cut hard from the dark mountain stone. Cut hard from the dark mountain stone. Cut hard from the dark mountain.